So, it's a new year, a new lockdown here in the UK, and a new release window for video games. The previous year saw the release of so many varied games, but one genre that very much has its throat on the industry's neck is the open world RPG.
So I raise my horn to the Raven Clan.
For example, Assassin's Creed Valhalla was released for consumption by the rabid masses last year. The 12th game in the Assassin's Creed series sees us set foot on Virgin Britain, conquering and pillaging a new world, and includes all of the things that have made the series both good and bad. From the reviews and gameplay videos, we can see that it looks very nice, is a huge open world filled with epic quests, and bloated, pointless, repetitive, busy work. And therein lies the problem, and the seed for the topic of today's discussion. Assassin's Creed has become the poster boy for length, and big open worlds, and long stories, and all the stuff that soaks up so much of our precious and limited time on this earth. But it's not the only game series that has become bloated and unwieldy in its quest to drain us of our time and our money.
I haven't got time for this Mickey Mouse bullshit!
As games have become bolder, they've also become bigger, and some of the year's biggest releases, like The Last of Us 2, have been criticised for their unnecessary length. Me and the game have that in common, giggity. It begs the question, should games be shorter? Does anyone have the time to fully sink into these titles, and if not, then what are the benefits of having shorter, more focused games? Studies done by people much smarter and more dedicated than me have shown that most players don't finish the games that they play. Now that's not necessarily a terrible thing. Games are made to be enjoyed as the player wishes. However, if you've just forked out £60 or $70 to play a game, and the reason you've stopped playing it in favour of watching your children grow up is because that game is bloated, overly long, and filled with pointless grind designed to sucker you into microtransactions, then that's a problem. Developing long games takes a lot of time, money, and human resources. They cause developers to be overworked. Crunch, the practice of making developers work unreasonable hours, often under professional duress, is used most often for longer periods in companies that make longer games. It makes sense, since all of those countless map markers you see filling the screen, whispering to you with the promise of adventure, and then actually providing loot you don't want or need, takes actual human beings hours or days to make. I don't actually know how long, I'm not a game developer, but it's a long time, okay? But let's say that you don't care about the well-being of fellow human beings, then how about the fact that these long games cause budgets to skyrocket, leading to more expensive games, as well as causing the overall product to be more susceptible to bugs? I only have to say the word cyber and rhymes with skunk for you to know what I'm talking about.
What?
You might say that none of this is a problem, but if hardly anyone is even bothering to finish the games, then what's the point? I myself have fallen victim to the plague of overly long games many times. I live a very full life of hedonism and eating McDonald's out of the bag, and I need my gaming to complement that. I know what some of you are going to say. It's my fault for having too much going on in my life. And long games are epic experiences that need to be invested in, and that's how you make the most of them. But it's less the quantity of time that's the problem, there just isn't enough quality content being produced to keep gamers enthralled for the required period of time. Many of us already know this, but the question I'd like to put forward is, should there be an overall shift to tighter, more linear experiences, not as a rule, but as a general trend? I'd like to present Ghost of Tsushima as a case study of this. While on paper it's all cozied up with these massive open world games, in reality it's batting its little eyelashes at linear storytelling. The open world aspects have been stripped back, streamlined, and really there's only a few select activities to do outside of the main story, and all these activities are carefully crafted to serve the overall narrative and world building, and it's a better game for it. It's not too long, not too short, and leaves you wanting more. It doesn't try to last forever. It's not a live service that aims to keep your engagement forever. It's a large world that tells its story and then it finishes. It keeps you engaged in its world for as long as it needs to. I believe that the whole industry would benefit from a general shift into this kind of game design. We've seen time and time again what bad development practices can do to the industry. Anthem's awful development and launch, The Last of Us being made under unreasonable crunch, and most recently, Cyberpunk being the most disappointing launch potentially ever, with its bugs and its shady business tactics and its overall quality. All this might be limited by scraping back all of the unnecessary fluff of AAA titles and really thinking about what makes them fun. That's it for my take on why games are way too long nowadays. Leave a comment below letting us know what you think. And if you completely disagree with everything I've just said, then check out our video on the benefits of longer games, coming out very soon. Here at Noodle Shot, We have a wide variety of takes on the industry for you to digest. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.